I'm Kevin Coleman with the Santa Post, and we just had a session with the Ross County Commissioners. Barry Bennett, you were here with Mr. Hatfield, who is the president of the Ross County Township Association.
Yes,
and
Township Trustees Association.
Township Trustees. And you guys have agreed that, yes, you would like the funds from this piggyback tax, which were cut off in 2004.
Yes.
So,
and we don't, well, the reason for that cutoff is unknown.
yeah, Mr. Glass said that there's a lot of cleaning up that needs to be done over the last 21 years and more.
Yes, there is.
But this is what, $55.5 thousand?
Yeah, it'll be $55,500 for each township if it's divided by 16 townships. Historically, the money for the roads has been divided up according to the mileage within the townships, each individual township. And we talked about starting that next year and helping the small townships by dividing the money, 880 some thousand, by 16. And that way the smaller townships would have a jump start also.
Just do a simple math this year.
A simple math this year, then go back to the mileage next year. And we wanted to do that because smaller townships do not have the tax base that townships like Green Township, Union Township, Scioto Township, you know, those townships. And so we wanted to help out because that money stopped in 2004. And so the small townships didn't get anything from then on either from that piggyback tax that was approved. So that was our thinking behind just dividing the amount that is in there by 16.
Are you the vice president of the Township Association?
I'm just a guy that Jim always brings with him because I'm fairly outspoken. That you've learned that, I'm sure, in these meetings. But I'm not outspoken in anger. I'm just trying to, I represent Green Township as their president, but I feel like I represent other townships too, just because of the association. And Jim is a good friend of mine. You know, we've done a lot together, you know, in terms of townships.
So you can speak for Jim, who couldn't stay for our
Yes, yeah. Jim and I are both good friends. We tend to think alike, and in terms of not taking up for the townships, that isn't because I got to tell you, the commissioners that I've had since I'm a trustee, and the county, like Charlie Ortman, the engineer, they've been so good to me. I can't even tell you how good they have been to me in Green Township.
And that's not always true between a county and township?
Oh, I go to state township meetings, and there's many counties that aren't like that with their townships. But Ross County is, and I'm grateful for that. I really am.
Well, it sounds like Jim Hatfield canvassed the township presidents.
Yes.
And the consensus was that he presented this plan of just a simple division this first year in 2025.
Yes. And the commissioners were somewhat uncomfortable with that. And so we said we'd go back to the townships and get a consensus within the townships, the signature, to sign it off, that all the trustees know about it.
Just an oral report from Jim wasn't quite enough, the commissioners.
I believe so.
All right. Well, makes sense. You want to stay legal, keep everything tidy.
Well, you know, and you know how I was in there. I said it's more work, but we'll do it. And as you noticed, I used one of my favorite sayings about when the horse is dead, let's get off. You know, because we talked about it, and I finally just said, well, let's do what we need to do to make this happen as soon as we can. And so that's kind of where it was ended, and the commissioners were cooperative about it. That's how we're going to do it, and that's okay.
And the interest was in getting this done as soon as possible in April, not waiting months for
No, because
meetings.
we have roads right now instead of paving, sometimes, I mean with blacktop, we've been chip and sealing. And the blacktop lasts numerous years. I don't want to guarantee anything, but chip and seal's a 4-year thing that we do because it's cheaper. And blacktop has ballooned in the price. I mean, that's real, that blacktop has ballooned.
But this will help improve road conditions.
And help the small townships to have a quick start.
All right. Any other thoughts on this issue?
No, it's just that I believe that every entity has to come to bat for that entity. And I always feel that Jim and I have a great working relationship with the township, with the commissioners, which is very important.
Yeah. All right, we'll see how this goes. It sounds like the commissioners were hoping to get a written agreement,
yes,
some
and it'll go
evidence
quickly.
next week.
Oh, it's going to go quickly. I don't know about next week, but we will do it as the townships meet. Most of them, like Green Townships meets the second Wednesday of every month.
So maybe within a month, the commissioners will have
because
what they...
we're going to be meeting a week from this Wednesday. Okay, so
we might see some more roads paved this year.
absolutely, and I'm positive about it. But my personality is that I'm just firm about stuff that I believe in, and Jim is too. And I give Jim Hatfield the credit for digging this up in a way, that's positive and good. He found out about it, and he called me, and I said, "Oh my goodness, let's go."
How did he find out about it?
He was told about it, believe it or not. My uncle Harold Bennett was a trustee in Union Township. And he's passed now. But about 3 years ago, Harold mentioned that to Jim in passing. Just in passing. And Jim was thinking about it, and he remembered it. He just remembered. We were talking about my Uncle Harold, and my Uncle Harold was a great guy. And Jim, he said, he said, that's maybe a funding source, and he's, and Jim's really centered in on it, which is great.
Yeah, because I wondered, how do you lose a tax?
Well, we don't know what happened in 2004. And the key in that is, before any changes could be made, with that piggyback tax, there were supposed to be 2 meetings a year that brought it up. Meaning in the commissioners, in the usual commissioners meeting. And in 2004, that wasn't done, and it was stopped.
Well, it's being cleared up and fixed.
Yeah, and everybody has to remember that new trustees come in, new commissioners come in. And that's the reason the Township Association has to be advocates for what's going on. And Jim's great, he is. So.
All right. Well, Barry Bennett, President of the Green Township Trustees.
Correct.
Thank you very much.
Oh, it's okay. Hey, listen, I'm all for all the entities being funded to get what we need to get done.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks for interviewing me.